Welcome back to the channel. Just gonna do some commentary in a Fox News segment in regards to how Dems are freaking out regarding the Donald Trump victory and the Republican Party gaining the majority of seats in the Senate and the electoral vote and the popular vote as well. So let's check this out. I'll give my comments and then we'll take it from
All
there.
right, as we were just talking about, Harris's supporters and members of the liberal media, they're apparently shattered and in disbelief over Trump's win. Here is some of that reaction.
I'm profoundly disturbed. I'm worried about mass deportation and internment camps. What we did not have is white women who voted about 52%, right, for Donald Trump. Uneducated white women, is my understanding.
These guys on the other side inevitably start picking off individual journalists.
So think about what was just said there, uneducated white women. So basically, it's a diss to all the people who voted for the Republican Party and for Donald Trump, saying that if they did that, then they're uneducated, simply because they want better lives and they see that the economy is far more of a issue that needs discussing and needs fixing rather than abortion. So there you go. But that's the world we live in today. People have their priorities all mixed up. Evil is good, good is evil.
Individual.
Let's continue.
I'd like to know what that says about us as a country.
Joe Concha is a Fox News contributor. He joins me now. Joe, admittedly, I spent my entire 5-hour car ride back watching the lie-based media meltdown from start to finish. I was on Twitter, I was on X, I was on everything you could find. Your response to what you heard from the mainstream media?
This has been the bestest week ever to watch television in general, especially when you watch places like The View talking about how Donald Trump is going to put people in internment camps and have journalists arrested. And look, he's never been president before, so we don't know what's coming. That's right, he was president 2017, 18, 19, 20, and none of this happened. All the things they're predicting will happen did not happen. Look, legacy media is dead. And I normally don't talk in those terms, but look at what happened. You saw Donald Trump go on places like Joe Rogan's podcast, and that interview that went on for 3 hours has been viewed more than 90 million times, right? And Kamala Harris refused to go on a place like that. She'll go to CNN or MSNBC and do a softball interview, and apparently that didn't help her very much. So this reaction we're going to see now for the next 4 years, but no one's listening anymore. You call a guy a fascist, Hitler, garbage for the last 9, 10 years, and after a while, like you read to your kids, the boy who cried wolf, people stop listening.
Yeah. And I just had to laugh a little bit at that PBS reporter who said, I can't help but wonder if the American people have given up on democracy after a Democratic election played out. Are you kidding me? And decided decisively, with that both President Biden and Kamala Harris have said as much. And it's also like, have you not learned anything from what just transpired? Where if the members of the media criticize the American people, Donald Trump has already won the popular vote. A majority of the American people want him as president. Yeah. They're not going to support your side.
And like The View going off on uneducated white women, right? When you hear things like that, you're insulting so many of your potential viewers or people sitting there. 37% of people in this country have a college degree, meaning the other 63% don't. So when you talk about, well, these uneducated people voted for Donald Trump, that's a big chunk of the country. And that's why places like The View, you're going to see now viewership. Once we go off the sugar high of the election, next year, non-election year, drops of 30, 40%. And I hate to say it because it's tough to get into this business. You're going to see a lot of job losses and consolidation as a result of this kind of coverage because, again, no one's listening anymore.
Yeah, and that's why that moderate Democrat from New York, Richie Torres, he was talking about the ivory tower. Get out of the ivory tower. And that's exactly what they're continuing to do today.
So what happens next? November 7th is today.
Right. So interesting take there. Obviously, Democrats are saying that, people don't care about democracy anymore. That's why they voted for Trump. And, the problem with the Democratic Party is they're out of touch with reality. Because now what they're doing is insulting voters who voted the other way instead of trying to find out what can we do come the next 4 years to win the election that comes up the next 4 years? How can we be the ones that sway the vote? What they're doing is, hey, let's just insult everybody, and somehow that way we'll figure it out. That's not the way to do it. I disagree entirely. But there you go. Why don't you leave your comments in your thoughts in the comments section? Let me know what do you think about the reaction to Donald Trump's victory from the Democratic Party and what everyone is saying. Catch you on the next one. Peace.